How's it going, everyone? My name is Dylan with Yahoo eSports. Today I am joined with Tasteless and Artosis. So we are here at Heroes of the Dorm. I have to ask, what are you guys doing here?
We are casting, in fact. We're going to be on the big stage yelling a lot.
The tournament is being broadcast on ESPN. Does that faze you guys at all? I know you have a lot of casting experience.
I would say it phases us maybe a little bit more than regular events where we don't really feel all that much after doing so many because it is on TV, but I don't think it's really affecting our ability that much.
You guys both live in Korea, correct?
Yeah, we've been in Korea for like 8 years, right? Yeah, we've been in Seoul for 8 years now. We've been playing games competitively. Like, I think for me, like 18 years or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started StarCraft in like 1998, got into it heavily in 1999.
The old one, Brood War.
Yeah.
Dial-up eSports.
Yeah, but moved to Korea in about 8 years ago now.
Awesome. So I actually read somewhere that you are from Kansas. Is that correct? I grew up in Kansas also.
Oh, you know what's crazy about that? Gillyweed's from Kansas and Trixler's from Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kansas eSports.
Actually, a lot of good gamers come out of Kansas. Like, I think the Halo champion of the United States,
Isn't it Fatality from Kansas?
Fatality, yeah, I used to go to his house when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good gamers out of Kansas because there's nothing else going on there.
No,
So, yeah.
There's absolutely nothing else in Kansas, period. What is it like? I mean, living in Korea, traveling around doing esports. How often do you guys get to come to the States for events like this?
I mean, we're normally in the States a few times a year, Europe a few times a year. It really matters. We've been backing off of doing as many events as we used to, like back in 2011, 2012, and maybe some of 13. How many events were you doing? Like 15 plus travels outside of Korea a year or something like that, and that was a little bit too much. So, but yeah, I mean, for America this year, maybe 3 trips or so.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, we were doing way too many a couple years ago, but now we try to do just the ones we view are most important, or sometimes an event comes up somewhere that we haven't been, so that's cool to go to. Like we were in Azerbaijan 2 years ago. That was a lot of fun, but. Yeah, I mean, we're doing a lot of work out of a couple studios in Seoul.
You are mostly have a background in StarCraft. What is it? What would you say like the major differences are when it comes to casting heroes?
I would say for heroes, it's much more like play-by-play and much more action happening in StarCraft. In StarCraft, you're going to have noticeable downtimes where people are rebuilding or it's unwise to attack each other, whereas with 10 different players in heroes and how quickly paced the game is, it feels like a lot more of it is like excitement driven.
In StarCraft, it's like you're watching them set up the pieces and you're watching them try to trick each other, and you have a little bit more storytelling in the cast, whereas in Heroes, it's really action packed. So within the first minute, we're already starting to see the punches get thrown.
So you guys have had the pleasure to cast some of like the Korean Heroes of the Storm games. What would you say like the major differences in like the amount of effort that's been put into like their practicing and everything? There's a clear difference there.
Yeah, I would say that just overall, and this is probably not just Heroes, but across basically all games that the Korean pro gamers play, they just kind of like put in more time, more like dedicated, straight up practice time. They all live closer a lot of the times or in the same house, which helps out a lot as well. And you really see that reflected in their play, which I think one of the big differences as well is the drafting. Mechanically, there's a lot of great players all around the world that really can micro their heroes well, but the drafting that comes out of Korea seems to be like 2 levels above everyone else. So they definitely are putting a lot of time into not just playing the game and not just thinking about the game on a local basis, where you'll see in like North America a lot of teams will draft against each other rather than draft what is specifically the best, whereas Korea is kind of focusing more on like, okay, theoretically what's the best here, how do we play that correctly, and that type of thing.
Awesome. So we're here at Heroes of the Dorm. What do you think? I mean, is this like an indicator of collegiate esports becoming like more of a mainstay in like the esports, like the ecosystem right now?
Yeah, I think it absolutely is, and I think that's a really good thing. I mean, this is a really intellectual activity, just like chess or like debate, and I think it's really good that universities are embracing that.
Well, I think that's going to do it for us today. I want to say thank you for talking to me, guys, and for everybody else, this is Yahoo eSports.